Okay, so I gotta start this over because, my phone decided it didn't want to cooperate. So, here's what's going on today. I just had an interesting experience. Basically, this white Honda, the guy's license plate and everything. This white Honda rolls up, nearly runs me off the road. The reason why is because the speed limit is 45 miles per hour. He doesn't like the fact that I'm going the speed limit. People here don't really give a shit. They'll go 20 miles over the speed limit easily. And the cops generally don't do shit. So here I am waiting for the cops to show up. Like literally right now. And this was 45 minutes ago. Actually, now we're at 50 minutes ago. Okay? So here's what's going on. So like I said, going the speed limit. This guy's riding my ass. And usually what I do with people that ride my ass is I just take up my foot off the gas. We'll just coast. If that means we're going to go, 10 miles per hour, then fuck it. We'll go 10 miles per hour. I do it on the highway where we're going 65 miles per hour. I got some jackass, riding my ass. And you know what? I'm not getting into an accident at 65 miles per hour. Okay? I already got a fucked up back because motherfuckers don't know how to drive here in the first place. I'm not fucking it up any more than I need to. Okay? What's more, I'd much rather get into an accident at 35 miles per hour than 65 miles per hour. And yes, I have gone 35 miles per hour on the highway. Okay? I've done that. So I'm keeping an eye on the roads, trying to see if the cops ever show up. Which, I mean, here, the response time is an hour and a half. Evidenced by the fact that I've been sitting here for almost an hour now. But, getting back to the story. So, in the right-hand lane, there's a car in front of me, has less than half a car length of space. In my lane, obviously, and what I mean by there's less than half a car length of space, I mean if this guy wanted to get in front and then jump, merge over, that's how much space he has. Okay? So of course, he tries to merge over, and what winds up happening is he nearly runs me off the road. Now, the only reason I didn't let him hit me is because this is Lyft's car, and right now, I need to use Lyft. Okay? I don't want to use Lyft, and I got on Amazon Flex. I've done a couple of deliveries. I actually really like Amazon Flex. I'm making decent money on it. Decent, not great, not good. Just decent, but certainly enough that, maybe I can start getting ahead. Neither here nor there, but the point is I need the car. And the second it gets into an accident, that's it. I'm shut down, and I'm right back into the boat of gonna wind up homeless. Okay? Which I'm still in that position. So, I kind of don't need anything to happen to this car. Because otherwise I'm kind of fucked. So, this guy nearly runs me off the road. Meanwhile, we're going through a school zone where the speed limit drops to about 20-25 miles per hour. This guy's going fucking 60 miles per hour in a school zone and nearly hits 3 kids. Okay? Absolutely fucking ridiculous. So what do? Well, after he gets in front of me, that's when he decides he wants to slow down, because like I said, he nearly ran me off the road. I had to turn into the center lane. The center lane of the entire road. The one that's got the 2 yellow lines. Okay, I had to turn into that to avoid the accident. But I decided to follow him. I'm recording him on my phone. I follow him all the way to Total Wine and More. And, I still don't drink, but here I am waiting outside a fucking liquor store. Because, apparently I need the temptation in my life. But, neither here nor there. What I do is I park directly behind him. He goes inside, he grabs his shit, he comes back out, and I'm sitting there recording his ass. Now, I got his picture. I got everything on this guy. I got his license plate, I got his picture. I'm going to be uploading that up to YouTube. Excuse me. But I am going to be uploading that onto YouTube because this piece of shit nearly killed a bunch of kids because he needed to get his beer or his whiskey or whatever the fuck he was buying that badly that he couldn't be bothered to fucking drive safely. Well, gee, dude, you know, take it from a guy that's been an alcoholic and is 4 years sober. If this is the way you're acting just so that you can get your alcohol that much quicker, you need to fucking quit drinking, dude. Like, seriously, you have a serious fucking problem if this is what the kind of shit that you're pulling. Alright? But, that's cool. Like I said, very next video that I'm going to be uploading is going to be this motherfucker's license plate and this motherfucker's face. Because you know what? I already know what's about to happen. The cops in my fucking city don't do a motherfucking thing. The fact is I'm now at nearly a fucking hour waiting for these people. And I specifically told them, this guy nearly killed 3 kids. Specifically told them that. And they still don't give a shit. They're still gonna make me wait. Okay? But I gotta sit here and wait for the cops to show up so I can file a police report. Now, personally, I think calling the cops in my city is a waste of time. But why do I do it? Because my state law states, no pun intended, that I have to report illegal behavior. That's number 1. Number 2, he nearly killed a bunch of kids. Number 3, okay? On top of nearly killing a bunch of kids, he nearly ran me off the fucking road. I'd like to file a police report. At least that way it's on record. So that way when he does wind up fucking killing somebody, oh, well, they can see that he has a history of fucking driving recklessly and endangering others. You know? But I already know they're not going to fucking do shit. Let me tell you real quick. The other car that I had, I mentioned in a previous video that I had a Mitsubishi Mirage. Okay? That car had been in at least 5 accidents, and what's incredible is it still ran as perfect as the day I bought it. Well, up until the very end, right before it got repoed, all of a sudden the engine started having problems. But, hey, they took that shit back off my end, so I don't give a fuck anymore. I just gotta pay off the loan. Neither here nor there, but the point is, this piece of shit is sitting here, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second there. So what I was saying is that car had been in 5 different accidents. Now, one of them, they labeled my fault. Wasn't my fault, but they said based on the location of the damage, it was actually your fault. That was 2 weeks into having the car. I tried to merge to the right, jackass that hit me decided to speed up, and we wound up sideswiping. Fuck that guy. I think I've actually told this story on YouTube, so I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and go into detail. If anybody ever watches these videos, you can go ahead and you know, correct me if I'm wrong. But that was that one. The other 4, well, no, 3 were hit and runs by the other drivers. And nobody did anything for me. Okay? The other 3 were hit and runs by other drivers. I didn't find out, because the cops don't tell you anything here, because that would require them to do their fucking jobs. I didn't find out that what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to go to police headquarters to file a report, at which point they give me a piece of paper, you know, that I gotta take with me to a car repair shop and get an estimate on how much the damages are. They never fucking told me that. So I got 3 fucking people that basically got away with fucking destroying my car, all because the cops don't want to fucking do their goddamn jobs. Here's another one. One of them hit me with their fucking trailer. Okay? And again, I think I've told all these stories on... Sorry, like I said, I'm looking for the cops to show up, and I know I'm wasting my fucking time doing it, but that's what I'm looking for. Okay? Anyway. So what I was saying is guy hits me with his trailer, I catch a license plate, and they tell me they can't fucking do shit because the license plate of the trailer belongs to a guy an hour and a half away, and he's home, and it's clearly not him that was driving. Who gives a fuck? Apparently the guy wouldn't give out the details of who was, carting around the fucking trailer. But I'm sitting here going like, who gives a flying fuck? Okay? If that dude doesn't want to fucking give up his buddy that he loaned out the trailer to, then hold him accountable. Okay? It's his fucking trailer in the first place. But no, that would require the cops to actually fucking do the jobs. Bro, I'm telling you, I worked at a gas station once. This is another example. I worked at a fucking gas station once where we were calling the cops left and right. But right next to that gas station was a fucking nightclub. Or, well, I don't know. Was it a nightclub or a bar? Either way, alcohol was being served and music was being played. I heard gunshots as I was passing by it. Okay? Now, we're not talking about like this fucking club being, halfway down the block. This is literally right fucking next door. So of course I call the cops, and once again, 45 minutes for them to show the fuck up. So I know I'm gonna be here for at least another 45 minutes waiting for these stupid fucking cops to finally show the fuck up so that I can give them all the details that they need. And they're probably still not gonna fucking do anything. I mean, you're talking about a city where the cops basically, if you ever actually do see one, you're seeing two because they're pulled up right next to each other just talking to each other. That's it. That's the only time you ever actually see a fucking cop. You don't see them fucking patrol. You don't see them fucking do jack or shit. You never see them pull anybody over. As a matter of fact, I'm convinced that one of the reasons why the cops don't do shit is because if they actually did pull people over, they'd have to pull themselves over. They'd have to pull each other over. They'd have to give each other tickets because they're all doing the same fucking thing. Like, this is how fucked up the cops are. I've seen them fucking turn their sirens on and their lights on just so that they can go through a light that they don't want to wait for and then immediately turn it back off. I've seen them fucking do shit like that. Because they just don't want to wait for the fucking light. They're not answering a call. Bear in mind, they're not answering a call. They turn everything right back off. They just don't want to wait for the fucking light. Now, I know that the head honcho of the police department isn't gonna fucking do shit about it anyways. So it seems like it's kind of a waste. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cover my motherfucking ass, in a police department where I really don't need to. But I'm going off on a rant on fucking cops because I hate the fucking cops in this city because they don't do shit. But I did want to share this story about this guy fucking nearly killing 3 kids because he needed alcohol, because he was that desperate to get his fix. Like, seriously, man, fuck these motherfuckers.